Oh, that you will bless me indeed, that it may not hurt me. And Jabez called on the God of Israel. Oh, that you will bless me indeed, and enlarge my coasts, and that your hand might be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, so that it will not grieve me. And God granted him that which he requested. When we look deeply into the prayer of Jabez, this prayer has contents, has things inside it. Tonight, I'm not going to label us in the outlined prayers, the itemized content, but on one thing. And God granted him that which he requested. We are looking at God who can answer prayer. Amen? Amen. How many of you here do know this God we don't see? He is real and he can hear and he can answer. Yes. Are you all here? Yes. How many of you are sure that God does answer prayers? Are you sure? Yes. Too sure? Yes. Okay. The proof of God's reality is in the manifestation of his presence. When we speak and he hears and he responds, he listens. God is a prayer hearing God. God heard all. Remember, we've been looking at this prayer. Later, we might go deeply to excavate the details of it. But I'm not, as I said, I won't label you, but let's look at some things there, not in depth, but picking it. Let's count the prayers this way. And Jabez called on the God of Israel. Let's look at his prayers. Oh, that you will bless me. Prayer, bless me indeed. I hope I've talked a little bit about it. When you ask, be specific. He did not say, God bless me. He said, you bless me how? Indeed. Have you gotten that idea? There's a kind of blessing he was praying for. He didn't just say, I told you last week, or yes, in the previous of this, in the course of this discussion, that Jacob prayed, God bless me, bless me. But that was not how Jabez prayed. Jabez said, oh, pray. Said, oh, that you will bless me how? There was a kind of blessing he expected. Number one, and enlarge my coast, right? Bless me is different from enlarge my coast. Give me a husband is different from give me a child. Who is here? Okay. And that your hand will be with me. Number 3, right? Hello, are you counting with me? Oh, that you bless me indeed. Number 1. And enlarge my coast. Number 2. And that your hand will be with me. Number 3. And that you will keep me from evil. Number 4. Hello, are you there? That it may not grieve me. Number. So how many prayer topics? 5. 1, 2. Come on. How many prayer topics? 5. And God answered 3. God answered 3, right? No. And God granted him. God granted him that. That's enough to describe. The word that tells us that none was left out. So, When we and you understand how great this God is, you will cleave to him and hold him. A few things I want to tell us this night. And the topic is, God is a prayer answering God. Amen. What is my topic? God is a prayer answering God. Shout amen. Amen. God is who?
A prayer answering God.
And I have 3 testimonies in this house.
Amen. Amen.
Done. I'll bring 2 later. And the brother is not here. I don't know whether he's here. I can't remember whether he's here. Last week. The upper week, let's say 2 or 3 weeks ago, after our prayers here. So he came to me and said, Pastor, my job with my company has ended, and I want to do business, but I have a little capital here. So he showed me the capital. I said, okay. He said he wants me to pray over it. He wants to enter into business with it. So, okay, I said, okay. So the time when he led it, showed me the capital. So I said, okay, take X, Y, Z, minor, very minor part of it, just give it as an offering. He did. So we prayed and we left. The next week, he came. And he sat here and said, Daddy, God has done it.
Amen.
I thought you would jump your hands now. When he said God has done it, I was excited. So I said, what? So he sat here and he said, then I wanted, as I told you, that I have plans to enter into business, but I have this little capital. He said, but within the week, between that Friday, we dismissed to the next Friday. He said he had the opportunity somewhere to get a job. So, and he told him that the only thing we want you to do is that you will pay for your visa and we'll give you your labor card within a few days, and we're going to pay you 2,000 a month. And he pulled out the card and showed me. Not the card really, but the image that is the photocopy of the card. I said, Daddy, I paid for my visa, and within 2 days, my card came out. And now I have a job. And instead of me trading with that small amount, I am now going to have some time, leverage some time, and then trade and has bigger capital to do my business.
Amen.
1 week prayer, not 2 weeks. Simple 2 minutes prayer, we pray here. And the miracle has followed him.
Amen.
Somebody's prayer will be, testimony will be the next. This, as I was coming up, our 2 brothers, but I will wait for their own card to be in their hands. These 2 boys, last few weeks ago, not up to a month, they joined us, not up to a month. So when we met, I was coming out of my car. So they passed me, and according to one of them, since something told him to go and talk to that man. Like, this man looked different. So I said, praise God. So it was the Holy Spirit, not me. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
So there's something about this man. Go and talk to him. So he couldn't go, but he just mustered courage and came. And we talked and talked and talked and talked. I said, okay, first of all, before I will talk to you, join us. I'm a pastor. Come on. Let's finish prayers and we talk. So after the prayers, we came up here and we talked. And at that time, they were on a very dicey ground. Their visas, I don't know how many weeks or how many, how long it will, but not too long. Fear was written all over 2 of them. They came here and joined us. And we finished praying. So after the meeting, they came and thanked me. Pastor, thank you for helping us come here. And, maybe if there was any other thing, the Holy Ghost must have taken care of it while we prayed. They came the first day, the second day, I think, is it almost, is it up to a month? No, not up to a month, not up to a month. They are here. So the company that employed them, they were full of fears and doubt. They told us the same story that they are not too sure of this company. This the report that is coming from this company. Fear was all over them. But we prayed and we prayed and we prayed and we are still praying. Amen. How many of you know that God answers prayer?
Yes, sir.
So as I was coming up, because it's late, we came late actually because of administration. So they told me, Pastor, we want to see you. I said, wait, after the service, what about? He said, just 1 minute. Okay. So we sat. And they pulled out their papers and said, Daddy, this is our visa.
Amen. Amen.
That clap is a jealous clap. That clap is an empty clap. God is breaking barriers.
Amen.
God is defeating the enemy.
Amen.
Remember our topic here in Rasakema, no more slavery.
Yes, sir.
And no more suffering for you.
Amen.
Because of these prayers, what has not been happening will happen in your life. Difficulties, impossibilities will become possible. Who is here? The unimaginable becomes a reality. Somebody say amen to that. What people think will not happen will become your own portion. Say amen. And God granted him that. So God is a prayer answering God. If you are expecting him to respond, believe him. Believe him. Furiously, that is adamantly believe is God. I've seen God answer prayers. Hey, today we dedicated 3 triplets. If you see these babies, everybody, their faces is like they have seen God. But when you hear bouncing, these ones they are bouncers already. If you have to eat again before you carry one of them. I'm not exaggerating.
Yes, sir.
True or false?
True, sir.
Life. In our church in Sharjah, this couple have been married for years. They have 2 girls, and in 2017, 31st of December night, before they came for the night vigil, came to my house. Was it 31st or before? It was in December. So we prayed, simple prayer. You see, I don't need to hit my head on the wall. No, God, break it, destroy it. No, excuse me. When you are confident of the God you serve and you know him, he will answer your prayers.
Amen.
And that is what will be your own portion. Now say with me, God will answer my own prayer.
God will answer my own prayer.
If your prayer is money, God will surprise you.
Amen.
Anybody here that your request is money? Listen, one of the strong areas of God's magnanimity is the grace to give money. I repeat, one of the areas, if I say best areas, God, everything about God is best. But one of the areas God is so gracious, he even allows unbelievers to make money. True?
True.
He allows unbelievers to make money. Some make it in the wrong way, but some unbelievers make money in the right way. They work, they earn money. They are talented, they make real money. No, not even money, real money. So if God allows unbelievers to make money, how much more you? Shout amen.
Amen.
And God granted him. Let me tell you, there is no prayer God will not answer.
Amen. Yes, sir.
Romans chapter 8.
Verse 32.
Who? And God granted him. Now, look at this verse 32. He that spared not his son. How many prayer items was in the list of Jabez? How many prayer topics?
5.
Okay. He that spared not his son, his own son. I like that. Not your own son. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all. Oh, how shall he not with him on the line, with him, also freely give us how many things? You are not here with me. How many things? No, you are weak. Oh, I thought somebody will accept to rise and shout. How many things? How many things? How many things? Hey, how many things? Now, sit down. Let's analyze this verse in 2 minutes. God, when we needed Christ, when we needed him to come, when the time for him to send his son came, the attachment he had with his son, the closeness he had with his son was there. The attachment was there. But because we needed him to come and serve, he needed his son to come. And we, because of our salvation, we needed salvation and nobody was there for us. God made up his mind, I'm going to sacrifice my only son. And Christ came. When we did not pray, there was no Abraham to pray, no Elijah the great man, nobody. Daniel the most prayerful, nobody was there to pray. It was God and God alone who took the decision alone to release his only son. When we did not ask him for it. So, what other thing do you have as a prayer topic that is more valuable than the Son of God? To build you a house, give you a job, give you money? Who is here?
Yes, sir.
Am I talking to your conscience?
Yes, sir.
Am I talking to your brain?
Yes.
To your heart? If I ask every one of you, what is your prayer? What is your prayer desire? Look at this book. What is your prayer request? What is your prayer request? You tell me his money. You tell me his job. You tell me his wife. You tell me his visa. He that did not withhold his own son, when it was time, he delivered him to suffer for us. You know what I want to tell you this night? There is nothing God cannot give you.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
So there is no prayer he cannot answer.
Yes, sir.
Shout amen.
Amen.
Let me tell you, the attachment God has for us is not because we are righteous. I repeat, the attachment God has for us is not because we are righteous, we are very prayerful, we can bind that loose, it's fine, good. But that's not why he loved us. He loved us when we didn't deserve to be loved. Did you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
He gave us the best, listen, the most valuable when there was no prayer group to pray. When no one was holy, when no one made a request, God gave us the most valuable. So the things you're asking is an insult to him even when he looks at it. Who is here? He will answer your prayers.
Amen.
That job will be yours.
Amen.
Nobody says amen.
Amen.
If you don't need a job, you can echo amen for your brother. I say that job will be yours.
Amen.
That request shall be answered.
Amen.
That request shall be granted.
Amen.
He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all. Paul contended, is a contention of prayer request. How shall he not? I mean, don't you think? How shall he not? He was arguing, it was an offensive and both defensive and offensive. He was trying to put forth an idea, a conviction, an assurance. Why don't you see in this way that God is ready to give you any and everything? Don't doubt him. And don't give up on him. Because he will surely surprise somebody.
Yeah.
Am I talking to you?
Yes,
As you leave me tonight, sing this song. My God will surely answer my prayer. My God will surely. Form the song, sing it on your own. I'm singing my own. My God will surely answer my prayer. My God will surely answer my prayer. Just sing it. I know he will answer my prayer. I know he will answer. Just say, tell yourself, hey, this visa I'm waiting for will surely come.
Amen.
Am I talking to someone?
Yes, sir.
This impossibility in my life, I will have it in my hands one day.
Amen. Amen.
Do I have somebody like that here?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it? Do you believe me that he will answer it?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, your testimony is confirmed in the name of Jesus. I say your testimony is confirmed in the name of Jesus. You know what is waiting for us in Rosakema Church? A bundle of release of mighty prayers.
Amen.
An explosion.
Amen.
Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Whatever we are like God's, as at this time, we are like God's own pet. Firstborn in Rosakema, in Royal Mission. So anything we ask, he said take. And even the one we don't ask, take. Will that make you happy? Take. Looking for a venue, go here. The moment we pulled in here, he told me this is the place. I don't know whether they have a hall, sincerely. There's a guy that took us around. And the way God did it, it was miraculous. So we just drove in here, and as soon as we were about to park, he confirmed that this is the place. Okay, we came in. And the manager here said, we have a hall, but I don't think it's not for church. I said, but can I see the hall? We came and saw it. I said, I like it, give it to us. He said, we reserve it for club. I said, you have club? They said, no. They give it to us for a church. I was talking to the man as if I'm his boss. Yeah. And he looked at me and looked at me and looked at me. I said, how much will you pay? Then I know that we have started to talk.
Yes, sir.
Because from saying no to asking me how much means that the miracle has begun.
Amen.
In May, by his grace to come, we'll do our first year here.
Amen.
From where they said no to where we have conquered till date. Your prayer will be answered. I say your own prayer will be answered. I say your own prayer will be answered. He that spared not his son, but delivered him up for us. He gave him, he released him. He said, go and die for them. The life of Christ is more valuable than what? Even if you ask for, I asked that woman today, how many more children do you have? Pastor, is enough. Oh, it's enough. Take more children. If you ask God, listen, if you ask your God, I need 20 children from this one woman. How many of you know that God is ready to answer? Just prepare your wife. Darling, be ready to deliver. Every year one, every year one, every year. 20 years, 20 children. If that is because he has given Christ. Paul said, is it children that he will not give you? Is it a job he will not give you? Is it a company he will not give you? Is it material things, let's say money, he will not give you? Is it a house? Is it a car? What is that? When you bring it to God, God will look at you and say, what is this? But to us, it looks so difficult, so impossible. To God is nothing. Because he has given you, you know what Paul is saying? If you want to think what God can do for you, look at this verse. All faith. If you want to think, imagine, what can this your God do for me? This is the answer. How shall he not with him? Look at, underline, with him. Because he has given him.
Yes,
all right?
Yes, sir.
So, whatever you are asking is attached to... Oh, no, talk to me. Whatever you're praying for is attached to him. So, he gives with... Nobody answered this one. Say, he gives with him. That's why we say, whatever you ask the Father in my name. Because he gave and he gives with. Let's look at first, let's read the book of James chapter 5. We'll read from verse 16, 17, and then we pray. Can you whisper to your neighbor, God will answer your prayer? Whisper very strongly. Tell him, God will surely answer your prayer.
God will surely answer your prayer.
Tell him, stop doubting.
Stop doubting.
Whisper to your friend, tell him, stop doubting.
Stop doubting.
There is doubt in your heart. Stop doubting. He will surely give it to you. He will give you with Christ. Amen. Now look up, everybody. Christ, God says, if you doubt whether I will do it, look at my son. It's a proof that I will answer. If you doubt whether I will, my son is a proof that I will answer. The only thing God will not answer is, God, if you, let's say, you see somebody's wife, God, I like that woman. I like that woman. Let her become my wife. God will ask you, what will the other man do? Maybe you see my car. God, take pastor's car and bring it to me. Release it from pastor. Every man that is holding my possession. My car is not your own. Brother, be merciful. Brother, be shouted fire. Hello, are you all here? Somebody say with him.
With him.
Shout it loud, say with him.
With him.
It will be answered. Come over here, come on. Say with him.
With him.
Again.
With him.
Again.
With him.
Shout it loud. Again. Come.
With him.
Again.
With him.
Jesus is a proof. Jesus is what?
A proof.
That he will answer your prayers. Amen.
Amen.
No matter how strong and difficult it is. Not, listen, the fact that your prayer has lasted for a long time. But that pastor, I've been praying and praying and praying and praying. How then am I sure that it will happen? And I'll use the man that stayed somewhere for 38 years. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
The Bible says when Jesus encountered him, he knew he's been there for a long time. So he went to him. When God knows you have had a long-lasted and elongated problem, he gives you private attention.
Yes, sir.
Nobody heard me.
Yes, sir.
A man's problem lasted for 38 years. The Bible says when the Lord Jesus came there, he knew that he has been in this case for a long time. So he left everybody and went straight. When God looks at your case and considers how long, in most cases, as I have said in the scripture, he walks straight to you. He gives you a personal attention. So if your own is lasting longer, know that God is planning something serious for you. Amen.
Amen.
Can I hear you say he will surely answer?
He will surely answer.
Somebody say, I will be a testimony.
I will be a testimony.
Oh, a dancing leg came to me upon me. Somebody dance, say, I will be a testimony.
I will be a testimony.
I thought you would jump and say, I will be a testimony. Tell yourself, I will dance, I will dance. I will dance for my testimony. I will dance over my testimony. I will dance, I will dance. Somebody raise a louder amen. Be seated. Whatever is impossible before men is possible before God. Whatever is impossible with men is what? Possible with God. And the assurance I give you tonight is that he will answer.
Amen.
Go back to verse 14. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Any sick, he says, any sick, let him call for the leaders of the church. Let them pray over him. What should they do? Anoint the sick man with what? Oil. So you see the Bible supports anointing oil, right?
Yes.
Some of you don't know where it is in the Bible. This is one reference about it. Anointing with oil. Look at it. Continue. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick. After he's been anointed with oil, what will happen next? And the Lord shall raise him up. And if he had committed sins, they shall be forgiven. You don't need an interpreter anymore. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
There are some Bible verses you read, you say, God, thank you. You see, the way I see God, this God is too good, too good, too good. God is too good. If we use human terms, we say he's too good to a fault, but he's God. God is overall good, wonderfully good. You see, when we anoint the person with oil, we are praying for him to be healed. God healed him, and God goes beyond healing and forgives. He did not even say we should pray for his sins. He said, as you pray for his sin, if there is any sin he has committed, he said, I will forgive it, so that he will be healed. Somebody say, what a good God. What a nice God we serve. Shout amen.
Amen.
Tell yourself he will answer me.
He will answer me.
Just play your part. The prayer of faith. Believe it. That's where I'm going. Believe it. Believe it. See, anytime you pray, believe it. Believe it. Don't see, even if you don't pray like Brother Pina or Brother Ike or our prayer warriors here, they are fine, no, they are fine, no. But if my prayer is not, my faith is not like Obina's faith, and I cannot vibrate, but I can still pray. God, I believe you. And Jesus said, you don't need Obina's faith, you need mustard seed size. There is a mountain faith size, on a serious note. Elijah them can call down fire from heaven, but Anna them can pray at the altar.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what I'm talking.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Anna did not call fire from heaven. No. Elijah commanded, Joshua commanded the sun stood still. Anna only said, God, I'm a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I'll be mocked and mocked and mocked. No, let's make a deal. Give me one son, I'll return him to you. And Eli saw her where she was praying. He said, hey woman, why are you drunk these early hours of the day? Because she was not shouting. The Bible said only her mouth moved. Her voice was not heard. So even when your voice is not heard, God hears it.
Amen.
I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Try to let your voice, because in every prayer, your voice is supposed to be heard. But it is not the shouting that God is after. It is the prayer of faith. The prayer of faith. You know, sometimes I look at we Africans, we shout, we vibrate when we pray. But when you enter a Western community, they don't shout. They don't shake. But God hears their prayer. Have you noticed that?
Yes, sir.
God noticed their prayers. It is not the shouting, it is the prayer of what?
Faith.
The prayer of what?
Faith.
The prayer of what?
Faith.
And God will not look at your face and say, hey, this handsome man, you are a handsome man because you're handsome. Come nobody. Who made you handsome? Who gave you the face? You think God is moved by what moves us? Forget it. God is not moved. What moves humans does not move God. God is not attracted whether you're a beautiful girl. God is not attracted by anything outside about you. Nothing. Zero. God is not attracted by your wealth, your position, or anything in life. Forget it. He's looking for those, whether up or down, that will trust him. Amen.
Amen.
Elijah believed him. But blind Bartimaeus, who did not see, believed him. Am I preaching to somebody? Those who were with him, pushing him, did not receive the answer to their prayer. But a blind man received what seeing people did not. The secret was he called, like Jabez called. In his own case, he shouted. They were trying to shut him. He's a lie. You guys don't know what I'm going through. You have eyes, I don't. I don't know. Come on. Jesus, thou Son of God, have mercy on me. And the Lord continued. He shouted, Jesus way. You know they hear. And the Lord turned. So if you shout small, he doesn't hear. Shout again.
Higher.
The prayer of
Faith.
whether you murmur it, add faith. Faith is like salt in food. If salt is not in any food, will you enjoy that food?
No.
I say faith is like what?
Salt.
If you cook, add, there are some Nigerian soup that when you look at it, you are frightened. The meat there, Jesus Christ help me. The pomo is posing like this. Okoroko is posing this way. And all of them pose. If you taste after the posing, if it's a goosey soup, and other soups that is very tempting, Idikaiko and all of them, somebody is warming her throat. And if you don't add salt, you see, prayer without faith is soup without salt. Add faith, and the answer will come.
Amen.
What do you add? Faith. And the answer will do what? Go down. Confess your faults one to another and pray for one another that you may be healed. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man. I've not it much. Let me jump here, because if I enter there, we will not go today. Yes, that's what I want. Elijah was a man, here it is called Elias, Greek translation. Elijah was a man subject to like passion as we are. And he prayed earnestly that it might not rain. And it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. 18. And he prayed again. That's where I'm going. He prayed that no rain should come. And rain did not fall. For how long? 3 years and 6 months. What did he do here? He prayed again. That's where I want to end. When you pray today and the answer did not come, what do? If you pray in January and the answer is not there, what do? You are not talking. What do you do?
Pray.
What do? Now tell yourself, I will pray again.
I will pray again.
And I will not stop praying
I will not stop praying.
till the answer comes. Now tell your neighbor, pray again.
Pray again.
Tell your brother, your miracle is on the way.
Your miracle is on the way.
Tell yourself, I will pray again.
I will pray again.
Tell yourself, I will not be tired.
I will not be tired
Until I see the answer.
until I see the
Now,
answer.
when he prayed again, what happened? The heavens gave rain, which means the answer came. When you pray the first time, nothing happens. When you pray again, the answer will come. And it was there. In the book of 1 Kings chapter 19. He knelt down and he prayed. He said his servant, go to the sea. I'm expecting the rain to fall. And the Bible said he put his face between his knees and he began to call heaven. That day you said, when I show myself to Ahab, you will send rain. Do what you have said. Do what you have said, Lord. Answer because you're a good God. Answer because you're a faithful God. You will not lie. You did it before when I prayed. You stopped the rain. Now it is time, Lord, restore. You said, when I do this, you will now. Father, answer me. I have presented myself to Ahab. It is time, Lord, for you. Do it again. Do it. So he was praying and praying earnestly. And his servant went to the sea and came back and said, okay, with all this your prayer, nothing is happening. He said, go again. Go and keep looking there. Don't come back until the seventh time. So the guy went there. The first one, he looked. So, no rain, go back there. No, that's what some of you do. Because of your small faith. Elijah was in one place. The servant was running up and down. The master asked him, go look towards the sea. His business was to keep looking until he sees. But when he looked and looked, he kept walking, I'm tired. There's nothing happening. He said, go back.
Go back.
So he would go and look again. This young man was crazy. He had an assignment to stand there. Let me give you a secret. Stand and watch until your answer comes. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What have I said? Stand and watch until what happens? Your answer comes. Because the answer is coming.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Nobody says amen. Tell yourself, I will receive a miracle this week.
I will receive a miracle this week.
Because my miracle is on the way.
My miracle.
I will not stop watching.
I will not stop watching.
My miracle is coming.
My miracle is
I am confident. Now rise up, everybody. Rise up, everybody. God will surely answer your prayers. Are you there? That's what I'm going to convince you to. We saw he granted Jabez. We saw that blind Bartimaeus called and called and called and called. We also saw that even Anna did not shout. We also see here that Elijah knelt down until the seventh time. And we have seen that verse. He that spared not his only son. And I'm here to tell you that there is no prayer he will not answer. And I'm here to tell you my topic is God will surely answer my prayers. And God will surely answer your own prayers. Lift your voice and talk to this God and just bless him and say, Lord, I have heard so much about you. Praise you, Lord. I thank you. You are such a good God. Thank him. Everybody here, thank him. Thank him, thank him, thank him. That's our topic tonight. God will surely answer. My miracle is on the way. 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 My miracle, I am expecting it to arrive soon. My miracle is on the way. My miracle is on the way. I know it will happen. In Jesus' name we pray. Now, do your hand like this. What have I said? Do your hand how? Again. You know where I'm saying do your hands? Who's something we are going to pray for now? What do you want God to do? Hold it in your hands. Present it to Him. I want you to pray over that family issue. We are going to spend 5 minutes aggressive prayer. Somebody shout, "Oh Lord, answer this prayer. I know you're a faithful God. Oh Lord, hear my voice and answer my prayer. And answer my prayer. I present before you the need in my hands." Now raise your voice and tell God about that issue. Talk to Him. Tell Him about that particular issue. Your job issue, your family issue, your prayer request. Tell Him about it. 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 Tell Him. In Jesus' name we pray. Now, how many of you came with the company thing I asked you to write? Anybody here? Anybody here? I asked you to come with a prayer thing, right? Do you have it now? Bring it out. Bring it out. Raise it up. Whatever you wrote, you have it. Now, because we are going to present it before God, be it a business, be it a husband, be it anything that has to do with your own company. We will want to establish your company. Now lift it up. Everybody lift it up. Lift it up. We are going to pray for the next 5 minutes and say, "Oh Lord, I release to you my intention, the establishment of my company." Now use your own mouth, everybody here. Tell God about what you have in your hands. If you don't have anybody, write and hold it in your hands. Oh, if you are expecting, write and hold it in your hand. Right, stand up and pray. Stand up and pray. Rise up and pray. Walk around. Don't sit down. Write whatever you want. Pray. Talk to God. 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 Talk to God about it. Talk to God about it. Talk to God about it. Le parabosula. Je ne le grebosula. He la grebosula. Me la grebosula. Pray. Tell God about it. Tell God about it. Write it and tell God about it. Tell God about it. If you have planned to establish a company, write the name of that company. Tell God about it. Somebody raise your voice and begin to pray. Raise your voice and begin to pray. Pray aloud. Pray aloud. Pray aloud. Pray aloud. Just talk to God about it. He that spared not his own son, but gave him up for us all, how shall he not with him? How shall he not with him? How shall he not with him? He will give us all things. 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 Pray over it. He will give us all things. He will give us all things. Pray. He will give us all things. 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 If you are ready to rise up and pray, He will give us all things. You are too young to sit down and pray. He will give us all things. He will give us all things. He will give. Hey. He will give us all things. 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 He will declare. Hey, praise God, give me a surprise. Father, a surprise. 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 In Jesus' name we have prayed. Lift it up. Father, I decree the release of these prayer requests in our hands. In Jesus' name we pray. And the Holy Spirit is confirming with the prayer of Jabez, and God granted him that which he asked in question. So tonight our prayers are answered. I tell you that prayer in your hands are answered. I said the request in your hand is granted. That request in your hand is granted. Brothers, the requests, and my sisters, the requests in your hands are all granted. The requests in our hands are all granted. Somebody shout a better amen. Come and drop your prayer at the altar of God. Drop it here at the altar. You are God. You are not just man. You are not just God. You are a mighty God. You are God. You are not just man. You are not just man. You are a great God. I say you are God. You are God. Rise up, everyone, as we close. You are not just man. Amen, amen, amen. You are not just man. Hallelujah. You are a great God. I say you are God. I say you are God. Amen, amen, amen. You are not just man. You are not just man. You are a great God. We are going to take a unique step from this week to do something. Who become? I want to make you our Bible study minister from today. Somebody shout amen. Any passage we choose to, you will always remind me every week, because you are going to summarize the passage for us. Any passage. This week, because I want us to become Bible students. Say amen. Amen. The more you know your Bible, the more express your prayers are answered. And the more knowledge you know. You know, when you have the knowledge, your life becomes better. Shout amen. Amen. And I want us to become Bible students. So he becomes our Bible minister. Shout a better amen. Amen. He's been one of our pastors anyway. But officially, I want you to coordinate to remind me so that I won't forget. Every week we are going to read a passage. What you will do is that you remind me before. You always remind me so that we'll summarize it. I'll summarize it together with you. But remind me that we need, Daddy, remember our passage this week. Finish so that I'll come. This week we are going to read Matthew 5, 6, and 7. How many chapters? 3. Matthew where? Chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7. How many chapters? 3 chapters. So when we come next week, I will ask how many people read and how many people what you gained, 1 or 2 or 3, and then we gather 8. I want all of us to become Bible students. Shout amen. Amen. The more you study your Bible, the more your life becomes better. And the more God loves you. Shout amen. Amen. How many, who is here for the friend? Now, let me give you a guarantee. The prayers we have prayed, the Holy Spirit has given me assurance that it has been granted. Amen. Now, watch out. I hope you know in this church, God answers prayers. Yes. Come, 2 of you come. 2 of my brothers come. These are the 2 boys that was going on their way. The Holy Spirit stopped them. Frustrated they were that day. How many days did your visa go into? No, I mean, the 3 months, the 2 months of the how many days? The remaining how many days? 2 weeks before I met them. And here they are, having their employment visa.
Amen.
I thought if you're not jealous, you would clap hands for that. Are you all here? They are new. They are not out to a month with us. They were passing down here. They met me in my car. If God can answer prayers of newcomers, some of you have been here for 6 months. So you qualify more.
Yes, sir.
Nobody says a good amen. Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. This one is the man of faith. As he did kakaraka like this, I believe so. The guy is really pale. When the other one is done, he says, it's okay, believe, just believe. God starts from there. Come on, I said, this is the guy of faith, man. Small people, they believe God. Are you there with me? So, where I'm going is that even the one you have asked today, you see these prayers, they are all answered. Amen. A better amen. Amen. That your name alone be exalted. Amen. Jesus, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Because you have answered these prayers. Amen. And I know it is done. Amen. And your name alone is exalted. Amen. In the name of the Father, amen, and of the Son, amen, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Lord, because it is done. Thank you, Lord. Blessed be your holy. Lord, I commit this week into your hand. Amen. Father, whichever way we turn ourselves, let favor follow us. Amen. Father, let strange miracles happen our way. Amen. Lord, for those of us who are under employment, release favor from our masters in the name of Jesus. Lord, for those of us in business, Father, prosper it in the name of Jesus. For those of us in ministry, Lord, release strange financial supplies. Amen. Daddy, thank you. Thank you. As our miracles are happening, Father, let your name alone be glorified. Amen. I know that as we have prayed this week, we are coming back that the next week with another testimony. Bigger one, very big one. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Daddy, thank you. The Lord bless you and keep you. Amen. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. Amen. May the Lord grant you grace and peace. Amen. Go in peace and be blessed. Amen. For in Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.